Time for news on Zodiac. I am Sibongile Ziambo. The headlines. Former MCB MP Alex May to liberate the party. Government pledges to settle for COVID-19 vaccine that is in the best interest of Malawians. MRA adopts use of drones and community whistleblowers to counter rampant smuggling of goods. And in other news, South African police arrest lawmakers in Mandela's funeral fort. Now the news in detail. Former Kasungu West constituency legislator Alex Major has been nabbed by police on allegations that he authored a letter to President Lazarus Chakwera asking for liberation in Malawi Congress Party. In the letter, which has gone viral on social media, Major is allegedly asking President Chakwera to take action against some of his senior staff at State House whom he claims are soliciting money from people. Lilongwe Senior Resident Magistrate Court has thrown out an appeal for it to recuse itself from a case which former Malawi Energy Regulatory Authority Chief Executive Officer Dr. Collins Magalasi is answering charges of fraud and abuse of office. Senior Resident Magistrate Sherin Chirwa said a court cannot recuse itself for denying to adjourn the case for reasons that were not substantial. The magistrate has also adjourned the case to Monday. Dr. Magalasi is suspected to have used his office ordering Emera to pay for accommodation of Democratic Progressive Party delegates to its 2018 convention in Blantyre. And government has vowed to make a decision which is in the best interest of Malawians on the choice of COVID-19 vaccine to be administered in the country. Minister of Information and Government spokesperson Gospel Kazako says they are also keenly monitoring the scope of South Africa's coronavirus variant before coming up with a vaccine to be administered in the country. He speaks with John Bokayuni.
We are mirroring what is happening in other continents and in other countries, but at the same time we are also getting information that can feed into our solid decisions on how we move forward. As government, we are looking at the vaccine as a sure way of ensuring that we fight and win the battle against the COVID-19 pandemic. It is very important, and whatever decision, solid decision that will be made, it will be made with a finality, and it will be made with a lot of sense of safety and, of course, responsibility. There are certain creators of negative narrative, a narrative that is suggesting that the vaccine is not the way to go. I think we might just want to remind those that have a different view. Of course, we are not against any different view. Of course, we encourage people to discuss these things. Of course, we want Malawians to ask as many questions as possible. But what we might also wish to remember is that we are basically a product of science. God gives wisdom to scientists to come up with different interventions in various issues, in various circles, including health circles. A vaccine is not the first time that we are having in Malawi.
Do you think your government or your ministry is doing enough to sensitize people out there so that we should have at least a good number of people accepting the vaccine that government is planning to administer?
Firstly, you must know that we already have millions that are willing to receive this vaccine. Millions of Malawians. And of course, if I just say millions, you'll be able to see once the vaccine that would have been there, once it starts to roll. There are many people who are willing to receive this vaccine. But what we are doing in government is very shortly, we'll be rolling a very high-spirited, a massive awareness campaign, so that people are able to know.
About 700 qualified but jobless community midwifery assistants have requested President Lazarus Chakwera to hire them within 5 days from today, or they will take unspecified action. These are frontline professionals in maternal health. The Director of Administration at the Lilongwe City Council, Musa Mali, speaking when he received the health workers' petition, said the concerns will be forwarded to relevant authorities. Steve Zimba reports.
These 700 qualified but jobless community midwifery assistants have complained that government and Christian Association of Malawi have not been hiring the cadre for the past 7 years. They are frontline professionals in the maternal health, especially in Malawi's rural areas. Government introduced the cadre in nursing colleges after banning traditional birth attendants. Representative of the professionals, Clara Pasanje, claimed that they have been knocking on doors of Minister of Health and CHAM offices seeking employment, but there has been no sign of joy. Director of Administration at the Lilongwe City Council, Musa Mwale, said when the healthcare workers presented their petition today that their grievances will be forwarded to concerned parties. Government is also under pressure to hire nurses to ease pressure of their high unemployment rate. President Lazarus Chakwera promised to hire nurses that can help to manage COVID-19 in the country. For Zodiac, this is Steve Zimba reporting.
Over 6,000 hectares of maize have been affected by 4 armyworms in Chisi this year, raising fears among farmers whose fields have been affected that they will be food insecure. Chisi District Crops Officer Gloria Lidamlendo, however, is optimistic this will not have much effect on production, saying the district has secured pesticides to deal with the challenge. She says the damage was in patches and the district has reported only 20% infestation. You are watching News on Zodiac. We'll be right back shortly. Stand by.
Now there's a better, safer, user-friendly and affordable disinfectant you can trust. Introducing Safe Surface Disinfectant from Ethco. This is a liquid-based surface cleaner that can kill 99.9% of germs and viruses, including the coronavirus. Disinfect your offices, shops, education and religious institutions, and your home with Safe Surface Disinfectant. Safe Surface Disinfectant for a cleaner and safer surface in just one go. Ethco. That's the spirit.
If there's one thing that all soaps do, it's wash. From buckets to basins, bathrooms to streams, and everything in between.
All soaps wash.
Yes, but Protex is different. Its reinvented formula with flaxseed oil boosts your skin's natural anti-germ defenses by 10 times more, protecting you against 99.9% of germs. So what keeps us healthy?
Protex!
Good health starts here.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the headlines as we continue the news. Former MCP MP Alex Major arrested for allegedly writing President Chakwera to liberate the party. Government pledges to settle for COVID-19 vaccine that is in the best interest of Malawians. MRA adopts use of drones and community whistleblowers to counter rampant smuggling of goods. And in other news, South African police arrest lawmakers in Mandela funeral fraud. Moving on with the news, in business, the Malawi Revenue Authority says it's adopting use of drones and community members to act as whistleblowers to curb smuggling of goods from neighboring countries. MRA Commissioner General John Biswick said in Chinji that rampant smuggling of goods is a serious challenge impacting on the authority's revenue collection. Wilson Henry has more.
Malawi Revenue Authority Commissioner General John Biswick says their preliminary findings have revealed that some people were sent to destroy their roadblock at Ludzi turnoff in Mchinji. A suspected smuggler was killed in a fracas that occurred on Sunday. The Commissioner General, who visited the district on Friday, added that among other things, the tax collecting body has resolved to engage locals to act as whistleblowers and use drones to detect smugglers in border areas of the district. The drones, for example, will be deployed in Mchinji district following rampant smuggling of goods from neighboring Zambia due to porosity of borders.
Very soon we shall be getting drones, which we shall be using in places like Njinji to detect these smugglers. So it's really something that these smugglers will not enjoy seeing, because the drones will assist us to detect where they are.
Station officer from Chinji Police, Charles James Mpezeni, stressed the need to enhance their working relationship with the MRA to curb continued smuggling of goods into the country.
Blantyre City Council has come under fire from Namiango residents in Bangui for failing to collect refuse from a waste dumping site within the location. Some of the residents have faulted the council for not acting on their calls to collect refuse from the area, a situation which they say is posing a health hazard to their lives. Blantyre City Council spokesperson Anthony Kasunda attributed the challenges to lack of vehicles to collect waste. Alfred Guta reports.
A visit to the waste dumping site Thursday saw flies all over. A stench smell is attracting the flies. The situation is posing a threat to the lives of communities around Namiango. As if that is not enough, the area is very close to a private primary school. Hawan Denje, a resident of the area, is not amused, saying Blantyre City Council can do better. Mlauz Nkoma, another resident, echoes Ntenje's sentiments.
See, this is the origin of so many diseases which can originate from here. There are so many flies there. Flies from here, they are going into our houses. And the smell, the stink that comes from here is pathetic and unbearable.
Ms. Anthony Kasonda speaks for Blantyre City Council.
The council has had the challenges with its refuse collection vehicles because of mechanical faults, but let me assure people of Namiango that the garbage will be collected in the next 24 hours because we have secured some vehicles to help in clearing the garbage that has accumulated not only in Namiango but in other parts of the city.
There has been a general concern of poor waste management among residents in the commercial city. For Zodiac in Blantyre, this is Alfred Guda reporting.
We now go to sports news. The Football Association of Malawi has requested government to allow the resumption of football this month end, but with only 98 people in attendance, including players. The association's COVID-19 Task Force Chairperson, Chimango Muntali, has told us a request has been made through the Ministry of Sports for the Presidential COVID-19 Task Force to review the preventive measures, including frequent testing of players and officials. According to Muntali, among others, they are proposing that games should still be played behind closed doors. Sambanda reports.
Despite the current recess, which was forced by the 50 people per gathering law, Super League teams have been busy on the ground practicing ahead of the resumption of the Top Flight League, earmarked for this month end, depending on Capitol Hill's approval. Chimango Muntali, Football Association of Malawi Executive Committee member and the association's COVID-19 Task Force Chairperson, has confirmed that a proposal has been submitted to the Presidential Task Force on the Pandemic through the Ministry of Youth and Sports, requesting government's consideration for the resumption of football. According to Muntali, in the proposal, FAM was given an assurance of strict adherence to the preventive measures and the frequent testing of both players and officials. On the 50 people per gathering restriction, Muntali says the number is too small for a football match, hence an application of at least 98 people has been made.
98 people would enable football to happen in a safe environment. We have done this before. We have worked with them. They look at facts and how people have justified the processes. The key things that they look at, I think we have addressed them. We have the confidence because we have that capacity which we have demonstrated before to execute things according to what we have agreed. We unveiled Pay TV, which is very key in terms of ensuring that football is still being played, but people are still staying home. And all these things are very key when it comes to making the game available at the meantime.
The teams will be restricted to 27 members each per game for both players and officials, football authorities from both FAM and Sulum, as well as security, health and ground personnel. Football was suspended a month ago when government said the 50 people per gathering law included players as well.
And across the borders, police in South Africa have arrested 15 people for allegedly corruption relating to the funeral of the former President Nelson Mandela in 2013. Those arrested include the Health Minister of Eastern Cape Province, Sindiswa Gomba, a number of business figures and other lawmakers from the governing African National Congress. They have not commented on the allegations. The 15 who have been released on bail until next month are accused of corruption and money laundering amounting to nearly 700,000 United States dollars. Prosecutors say they made fraudulent claims for the transportation of mourners and venues used in the city of East London for memorial services for South Africa's first black president. And that's how we conclude this edition of news. And before we go, let's take a look at the headlines. Former MCP MP Alex Major arrested for allegedly writing President Chakwera to liberate the party. Government pledges to settle for COVID-19 vaccine that is in the best interest of Malawians. MRA adopts use of drones and community whistleblowers to counter rampant smuggling of goods. And in other news, South African police arrest lawmakers in Mandela funeral fraud. Visit our website, zodiacmalawi.com, for more news. And remember to wash your hands regularly with soap to contain further spreading of coronavirus. My name is Sibongile Ziambo. Thank you for watching.